Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lilo, and today we're talking about the fight between Law, Kid, and Big Mom. Stay steady in the pursuit of your dreams and goals, guys. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. This video is going to have spoilers all the way up to the most recent chapter of One Piece, which is chapter 1053. So if you have not read all the way up to chapter 1053 yet, and you do not want to be spoiled, I would recommend leaving the video now. Because Law and Kid won their fight against Big Mom, the following questions come to mind. How strong are Law and Kid actually? Are they stronger than Big Mom? Are they more durable than Big Mom? Or did they just outsmart Big Mom? So that's what we're going to cover today. People's perception of Kid and Law has been fluctuating a lot, especially now that in the most recent chapters of One Piece, Law, Kid, and Luffy all have the same bounty. So I'm just going to put this here at the start of the video. Luffy is significantly stronger than both Kid and Law. It's like not even close, but we're going to go into detail, in a bit more detail, about like how strong Kid and Law actually are, because they actually are very powerful characters. So to put it simply, Big Mom is significantly stronger than both Kid and Law. Even while working together, Big Mom has significantly more attack power and attack potency than both of them, and Big Mom also has far greater durability than both of them. Here's how this is objectively proven in the manga. Some portion of Big Mom versus Kid and Law is an off-screen fight, meaning we don't get to see it, and that's a portion that can actually be debated about. However, a big portion of the fight is actually shown to us on screen, and analyzing this portion of the fight can give us objective claims about who's really stronger than who. So throughout the entirety of the Kid and Law versus Big Mom fight, Kid and Law on screen fire a total of 16 different attacks at Big Mom, of which 5 of those attacks from Law negate durability and do internal organ damage, objectively. And 3 of the attacks from Kid debatably negate durability as well, and Big Mom, while on screen, dodges only 1 of these attacks. Big Mom attempts to block a total of 0 of them on screen. Big Mom attempts to counterattack a total of 0 of them on screen. By counterattack, I mean like cancel out the attack with an attack of her own, like what Yamato does to Kaido with Thunder Bagua. And Big Mom scales in terms of reaction speed bare minimum to base Kaido, proven by how Big Mom and Kaido had a fight for several hours during Wano, and neither of them took any lasting visible damage. Meaning, despite having the speed to react to both Kid and Law's attacks, Big Mom just simply chose not to, numerous times. And this is likely due to overconfidence, because Big Mom is very used to being significantly more powerful than everyone she fights. Big Mom's strategy against these 2 very durable, very powerful characters that have attacks capable of negating durability was to do the following. A, take most of their attacks directly to the face. B, insult them, and then fire back attacks of just varying random power. Some of them would have advanced Conqueror's Haki and just some wouldn't. That is without a doubt easily one of the worst possible strategies you could possibly think of to use against characters that can negate durability. Only thing worse than that would have been for her to just put her weapons down, sit crisscross applesauce on the battlefield, and just say, hey, hit me with all the strongest attacks you've got. If you can knock me out within an hour, then you win, but if not, I'm just gonna get up and wreck both of you. To be completely honest, that's really not that much different from what Big Mom actually did. Now, even with this absolutely horrible strategy, there was still multiple moments where Big Mom was just winning the fight anyway. Like, there was even a moment after Kid and Law were both using their awakenings where Big Mom beat them down so badly with this terrible strategy that Law and Kid's crew were literally begging her to stop. Even with this garbage tier fighting strategy, Big Mom pushed Kid and Law so far that they both went beyond anything that they thought they were even capable of. Proven by both Kid and Law saying that they can barely use their awakenings and it just guarantees that they lose the fight if they do use it. Yet, both of them used their awakenings numerous times throughout the fight, and you could even argue that they were using their awakenings as freely as their normal ability at different points in the fight. The only way this would be possible for Big Mom to push Kid and Law this hard in a 2v1 fight with a strategy that's so terrible that it's essentially just giving an even bigger handicap to the already uneven 2v1 fight, as if Big Mom is significantly stronger than both of them and significantly more durable than both of them as well, because otherwise Kid and Law would have won very quickly. Even after all this damage Big Mom took, she just stands there and lets Kid charge up his strongest attack and blast her with it 2 separate times. She literally just stands there and says, like, bring it on, I don't care, I'm Big Mom, and just takes this attack to the head for no reason, dude. So And it's like after these attacks, Law and Kid both collapse with exhaustion and state that they had no power left to fight anymore after that. And then Big Mom ends up being battlefield removed by Kid's attack. The important thing to notice is that she was actually still conscious here. She was calling for Prometheus and Hera to save her and was literally saying she was about to just clap Kid and Law both up. So, I mean, even if you want to say that Big Mom was just exaggerating here, Big Mom, she's shown that she has regeneration abilities with her devil fruit. She was able to just heal her broken bones by just applying life energy to her broken bones. So implying that if this fight was on flat ground instead of them being like elevated in the sky, Big Mom, even after fighting with the sloppiest, dumbest fighting strategy of all time, probably would have just gotten back up, healed herself, and then just proceeded to give exhausted Kid and Law the hands. To put it simply, guys, Big Mom was stronger and more durable than Kid and Law, because if she was just relative or equally as strong as Kid and Law, then the fight would have been over very, very quickly with that terrible strategy Big Mom had, and it would have been impossible for Big Mom to push Kid and Law that far. Here's a good example that can really help you guys visualize this a little bit better. Swap Big Mom out with Zoro and make Zoro fight the exact same fighting strategy that Big Mom used and have him fight Kid and Law like that, and just think about how that fight would go. And to make it more clear, I'm putting highball Zoro above Kid and Law. I'm putting him stronger than both of them if you highball Zoro. But imagine this highball Zoro just standing there, taking Law and Kid's strongest attacks to the face, a lot of them which are negating durability and just doing internal organ damage. He doesn't block anything, he doesn't counter anything, and the entire fight he only dodges one attack, and then he just yells out, "You know what, you can't beat me, man. I'm rolling over Zoro, man. You can't beat me, bro." Like, he's just screaming that, and then he just fires off random attacks of varying power, meaning sometimes he's shooting off 360-pound cannons, other times he's shooting off like dragon twisters, sometimes he's using Conqueror's Hockey, sometimes he's not. Even though this highball Zoro is stronger than Kid and Law by a pretty good portion, what do you think would happen? Zoro would get obliterated, dude. Like, very badly. It would not be a close fight by any means, because he would take all of Law and Kid's strongest attacks to the head, while Kid and Law would have the opportunity to attempt to block or dodge everything that Zoro does. Yet Big Mom, in this exact scenario, with this exact fighting strategy, pushed Kid and Law both at the same time, both way beyond what they even thought they were capable of, thus proving that Big Mom has to be significantly stronger and more durable than both Kid and Law. Big Mom lost this fight because of overconfidence. She did not take Law and Kid seriously for nearly the entirety of the fight, and this led to her being battlefield removed. And I'm saying battlefield removed rather than knocked out, because when she was shot off of the island, she was still conscious, still saying she wanted to keep fighting, and that's very different than what happened when Luffy fought Kaido. Luffy knocked Kaido clean out. There's a difference. And then Big Mom, she passes out when she hits the ground and blows up, which is different than Kaido, who just passed out from Luffy's fist in his face. Kaido, he's similar to Big Mom in a few ways, but one really major way. Both of them are used to being significantly stronger than most of the people they fight. Even at the start of the fight on the rooftop, Kaido just stands there and just literally lets Luffy, Kid, Law, all of them just hit him. He just lets them hit him just for fun to see what they're capable of. But as the fight progresses, Kaido realizes that these guys actually pose at least some form of a threat. And then he begins to dodge. Like, that's the thing. Kaido begins dodging attacks from Luffy. But Big Mom doesn't learn this lesson until way, way, way later, because immediately after Kaido dodges Luffy and starts like scrapping with Luffy, Big Mom has her guard all the way down, lets Broken Bone Zoro slash through Prometheus, lets Killer smack Napoleon out of her hand. And then after that, she literally just stands there and lets Kid shoot arrows at her. And then she lets Law throw a rock at her. And instead of like trying to break the rock or like do anything to counteract it whatsoever, she just lets it hit her too and doesn't care and says like, what's this gonna do? And that ends up battlefield removing her for the first time. Here's something you can put in there to highball Big Mom to being way stronger than Kid and Law. You can make the argument that back in Whole Cake Island, Big Mom proved that she only tries to block or dodge attacks if she really considers that they could be a potential threat to her. Now this is a debatable thing, but I just want to throw this in there for fun. We see back in Whole Cake Island, Luffy does Kong Gun, a much weaker Luffy than what we have in Wano. And then Big Mom thinks that she needs to block that. She blocks that with just her forearm, right? Versus when fighting Kid and Law, she doesn't try to block anything until after they break one of her arms and some of her ribs. So you could imply that the entire fight, she was not even trying. That's a highball. That's a really highball statement, but I wanted to throw that in there. Like maybe she thought that they were a less threat than Gear 4 Whole Cake Luffy was, all the way until they landed that pretty big attack on her, and then Big Mom says, I need to watch out for these attacks from Law specifically. But that being said, you could also argue that even after saying that, she literally doesn't change much. Like, she just lets them hit her with attacks anyway. But that's just something I wanted to throw in there for fun. Big Mom lost this fight due to overconfidence, or, I mean, if you want, you could also just say she lost because she was just being kind of dumb. Like, and you can make a pretty good argument for that too. Like, I mean, there's literally a scene, dude. Big Mom, she has the power. She can put her life force into any inanimate object and like turn them into soldiers. Out of all the materials around her, out of all these bricks, stones, all these things, she chooses to make soldiers out of metal while fighting Kid. Kid is a magnet man. She literally created metal soldiers to fight a man who can control metal. So it's like, dude, what the heck? I couldn't believe it too. It's like, if I'm just being like blatantly honest about it, I think Oda made her intentionally dumb on purpose, because if she had the same fighting intelligence as Kaido, the raid probably would have failed. Like, Kid and Law did do impressive amounts of damage to Big Mom. That's something that's important, which was implied by her saying like she was actually tired and she got some bones broken, and she even said like she doesn't remember taking this much pain for decades, right? So they actually did really well against her. But what you need to keep in mind is like Battlefield removing Big Mom is not a super impressive thing. Literally, Robin and Jinbei both did that in this exact same arc. So, but yeah, guys, let me know what you thought about this video. What video would you guys like me to make next? Also, let me know, do you disagree or agree with what I was saying? Did this video teach you anything new about One Piece in any way? Looking forward to seeing your guys' comments. Thank you for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.